What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Airborne in the house, dropping you guys the latest and greatest cryptocurrency news and updates. Today is November 8th, 2022. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the crypto markets. Oh my gosh. What a crazy day of elections. We had a lunar eclipse, full moon earlier today. We have more FTX, Binance craziness going on. What in the world happened today? Well, I got a good summary for you guys if you did miss out on today. And if you think that's interesting, stick around and I'll tell you all about it. All right, everyone. Hopefully you're all having a great day today. Wherever you guys are, it could be the night, it could be the next day. I got people watching all over the world, so really appreciate all you guys tuning in. Before I do begin, smash that thumbs up button on your way in. Consider subscribing if you aren't, and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified as soon as I upload a video. That's the easiest thing you guys can do to help support my channel. I barely make anything on this channel. I just like documenting my crypto journey and providing as much news and insight to the crypto markets and regular markets for your viewing pleasure. Again, if you guys want to skip to whatever section of this video, I do put timestamps in the pinned comment below and throughout the video, so you can just skip to whatever section interests you guys. So wow, what a crazy day today. Right when I went to work, since I work that like 3 to 11 shift, all the craziness started to happen a little bit before that, and I just wanted to try to stay up to date. I've been trying to keep up with what was going on today, and I got a whole bunch of different tweets and information today that I think you guys will all like. So let's just jump right into it right now. So we'll start with the crypto market overview. Market is definitely down, obviously. We hit a huge bottom today, down about 6.74% the last 24 hours. We got Bitcoin down about 6.96%, sitting at $18,263. We got Ethereum down about 11.34%, sitting at about $1,306. We have, what else do we got? XRP's down 10%, Cardano's down about 6%, Doge is down. Pretty much the entire market just took a massive dumpy dump today. So let's see what gainers we had, if any. We had a couple. Looks like we had 3, 4, 5. DFI.money up about 33.36%. It's at 1,861. Don't know what that is. BitDAO's up about 5%. DeFi Yield Protocol up about 2.75. And LCX up about 2.45%, sitting at just over 5 cents. Top losers out of the big dumpy dump day that we had. We had Silo down about 34%. Mask Network down 28%. Not even going to go through all of them just because it was a big dump of a day. Let's play a new game. Every time I say dumpy dump, you guys all take a shot or a drink or whatever or do nothing. By the time I upload this video, it is going to be November 9th, even though it is November 8th right now. There's only about 13, 14 minutes left in the day. But November 9th, when you guys watch this, it's Go to an Art Museum Day, National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day, British Pudding Day. That doesn't, I don't even know what, it looks like some type of like German chocolate cake or something. We got Carl Sagan Day, Chaos Never Dies Day, Alejandro Day, Grace Day, Hunter Day. So shout out to that, to you people if that's your name. National Louisiana Day, Scrapple Day, Geriatric Tooth Fairy Day. Man, I don't know where they come up with some of these, but I guess these are for older people. The Tooth Fairy comes and visits them because they're losing their teeth. Yeah. And last but not least, November 9th, World Freedom Day. Something we don't have too much of anymore. Crypto bubbles. Let's see, top 100, see a red. However, VidT or VidT DAO looks like it's doing pretty good, up about 23.1%. FTT, down 71.2%, currently at $4.62. From the tweet earlier that SBF put out, it kind of like went up a little bit and then just took a massive dumpity dump down to about a $3.33 low, but we're going to talk about that here in a bit. Let's take a look the last hour. Looks like we're making a little tiny bit of recovery this past hour, so when you guys watch this, you know, we took such a massive dump. We can never go down forever, so I wouldn't be expected to see a nice little move to the upside. My favorites the last day, huge sea of red, obviously. And let's just take a look at the last hour. Again, it looks like the markets are starting to come back a little tiny bit. Total crypto market cap, what do we got? $858 billion. Just had that big dump. It's election day. A bunch of crazy stuff happening. So, yeah. Let's see what CoinGecko says. It's always a little bit higher. I always just like sharing this, but it says we're at about $949 billion, down about 9.6% the last 24 hours. DXY, if you guys just stumbled across this, it is the US dollar currency index. It's kind of like just goes against all the other big currencies out there, the euro, the yen, and whatnot. But whenever the DXY is down, crypto markets are up, and traditional markets as well, and vice versa. However, just being a crazy day today with a lunar eclipse, full moon, which historically, not all the time, usually indicates Bitcoin's local bottom. And again, we've been dumping all day today. So has the DXY, which doesn't really make any sense. So it's another one of those oddball days. Bitcoin dominance, though, at least on the 4-hour chart, we've been doing pretty good the last 12 hours. Currently looking at about 40.8% for the Bitcoin dominance. Fear and greed index with the big massive dump today, we only went down a couple points. Currently at a 29, whereas yesterday we were at a 31. Say it in every video. Be fearful when others are greedy. Greedy when others are fearful. Famous Warren Buffett quote. People like to trade on the Bitcoin fear and greed index. So you do have some money on the sidelines left. Not financial advice, but today, pretty good day to make a buy. Or dollar cost average, or whatever you guys want to do. Traditional markets. Let me refresh this today. So the traditional markets, it looks like Dow was down. Actually, this is futures. It just went back to that. Looks like the traditional markets did good. However, futures, Dow's down a little bit, but S&P futures and NASDAQ futures up. Again, it is election day going on. I have not paid attention to any of it. I have no idea who's running and whatnot, but you could take all that voting stuff with a grain of salt. There's lots of issues all the time. I've been saying it in a lot of my videos, and I think voting essentially is going to be on the blockchain. What blockchain that is, who knows, but that's how you get rid of all the fraud and you make it nice and secure. Nobody can rig an election, but I've been saying that for a while. If you guys think that's a pretty good idea, let me know down in the comments below, and also what blockchain would the national voting system or whatever, if they come up with something, what would you want it to be on? Bitcoin? Makes sense. OG. All right, some Bitcoin price action and technical analysis. We are looking at about $18,241. You guys do see some lines here. This is the daily, so obviously we took a big dump, but I have this trend line here that it has been as a good support and resistance. This goes all the way back to the Bitcoin top that we had in the middle of November of 2021. You can see this trend line. Kind of respected the trend line here over the last day or so, where we did wick below it, but we came back and we wicked just below it. But this looks like a nice little support and resistance line for Bitcoin that I've been following. Also, again, there's this other trend line that I have going way back to the Bitcoin bottom of December of 2018. That's been a pretty historical support line for Bitcoin. Keep an eye on that. We are below that right now, I do believe. Let me just zoom in here a little bit. Yeah, we're a little bit below it right now. So that's at like 19,310. So again, if we get Bitcoin back above that, that's going to be a nice little support line, although it's going to be probably serving as a little bit of resistance. Way oversold right now on the RSI, MACD. We just moved into negative momentum, at least on the daily. Let's go take a quick look at the 4-hour chart. Super far away from the Ichimoku cloud. Super oversold. And it looks like momentum might be shifting to the positive green histogram here, where the MACD, once that, when the two moving averages go over one another, that's kind of like when we see the positive momentum. So it looks like momentum to the negative side's kind of stalling out right now. But we still have quite a bit of ways for that positive momentum. But again, the Ichimoku cloud, you can't stay too far away from that forever. I would not be surprised if the next day or two we start having a nice little recovery. So that's it for Bitcoin. And what else do we have going on? Obviously, we had the U.S. midterm elections today. Thursday, keep an eye on that. We have U.S. CPI inflation data. And then Friday, we have the U.S. consumer sentiment. So those are some other big events that we have going on this week to keep an eye on. Also, I talked about this in last night's video, but we did have a lunar eclipse earlier this morning, I do believe around 6:02, 6:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I talked about this, how there are basically a couple different lunar eclipses throughout the year, and this person kind of matched up with the Bitcoin price action. And whenever we get this orange lunar eclipse, that kind of signifies the very end of the eclipses for the season. And every time we've had that orange lunar eclipse, we've had a nice little run-up. But whenever we have had the green lunar eclipses here on the chart, you could see that that's kind of indication of the local highs that we've always had. So you had the 2017 run here, you had the high here, it was close to it, the high going back all the way to just before December 2011. And but yeah, every time we have that the orange lunar eclipse, because there's about 2 to 4 per season, we've had a nice run up, bottom, run up. So bottom, run up. I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting, but again, just kind of quick summary of going over that, which I talked about in yesterday's video. Also today, shout out to Obiwan. We had over $900 million liquidated today. It's the second highest in weeks and the most longs since August 14th. These are not small buys either. There's a long list of 1 million plus liquidations. So we had that going on today as well. But it all started with the tweet from Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of FTX, that he had a few announcements to make. Long story short, FTX.com's first and last investors are the same. We've come to an agreement on a strategic transaction with Binance for FTX.com. Their teams are working hard on clearing all the withdrawal backlog. This will clear out liquidity crunches. All assets will be covered one for one. But the important thing is that customers are protected. Huge thank you to CZ. You know that there's all the drama going back and forth where apparently FTX, SBF tried to take down Binance or CZ back in 2019. But now he's thanking them. He's coming to the rescue. This is user-centric development that benefits the entire industry. CZ has done and will do an incredible job building out the global crypto ecosystem and creating a freer economic world. So it just seems like the only people that are left right now is Binance and Coinbase, which I have a tweet from that CEO, Brian Armstrong, a little bit later in this video. I know that there have been rumors of media conflict between our two exchanges. However, Binance has shown time and time again committed to a more decentralized global economy while working to improve industry relations with regulators. And again, I've been following this last two days. I have said this just sounds like history is repeating itself with all these centralized exchanges. Take your money in crypto off FTX, which I did 2 days ago, and I'm glad I did it. However, the next thing that he says here in the thread, note that it does not affect FTX.US and Binance.US. They're two separate companies, are not fully impacted by this. FTX.US withdrawals are and have been live, is fully backed one-on-one and operating normally. I don't know. I don't trust anything they say anymore. I think that FTX.US, something might happen just because them being tied with the macro world, FTX.com. Not financial advice, but financial advice. Get all your crypto off every centralized platform. Get it to a decentralized wallet, a non-custodial wallet, or a hardware wallet. Been talking about it in my last two videos. Hopefully you guys took that advice. I always say take it with a grain of salt with whatever I say. I'm just some dude on the internet talking about things. A couple minutes later, we had CZ from Binance. This afternoon, FTX asked for our help. There is a significant liquidity crunch. To protect users, we signed a non-binding letter of intent. So it's a letter of intent. They could totally pull out of this as well, intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We'll be conducting a full due diligence in the coming days. A lot to cover and will take some time. Highly dynamic situation. Binance has been the discretion to pull out from the deal anytime. We expect FTT to be highly volatile in the coming days as things develop. Stay safe. So we had that. This is something funny. This guy, I just stumbled across him last night. Hopefully you guys can hear this, but he just kind of says this weird thing or whatever about the whole situation with FTX. So I'll just play it for you guys. Hopefully you can hear it. But I thought it was a little funny.
It seems that CZ has dealt the final blow to FTX. SBF could not handle the hordes of CZ's wrath. CZ made him capitulate, and FTX is now conquered. Sam Bankman-Fried has no choice but to lay his head on the chopping block and for SBF to lose it all. It seems.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought this was funny. I was watching some of his videos, Gabriel Haynes or something. He's just some dad dude with a dad bod just doing saying funny crap just about with the news and everything that's going on. So again, I thought that was kind of funny. All right, moving on. So FTX did halt their crypto withdrawals, I guess, because obviously there were so many. And this is not FTX.US. Apparently later in the afternoon after this announcement, there's just so many people that they halted it temporarily. But I guess they're still gonna come through. But who knows at what point? Another thing I found interesting from CoinDesk, these 4 key charts shed light on the FTX exchange's spectacular collapse. There's a lot of different on-chain metrics that they pulled together, citing the reasons why FTX decided to sell itself to Binance. Again, it's a letter of intent. A lot of clickbait people out there on YouTube saying that they are buying FTX. Binance is buying FTX, but it still is a letter of intent. They can still pull out. So I just hate the clickbait YouTubers that are saying that. I like to keep it real and, straight raw to you guys. Blockchain data offers a fresh perspective on FTX's liquidity crunch, illustrating the drama and how it escalated so quickly. Top 10 FTX withdrawals. One of the earliest red flags came from the top 10 addresses by withdrawal volume. FTX, these addresses include Nexo, Circle, Jump Trading, have withdrawn a whopping $1.87 billion past 7 days. So you guys can see here, or pause it if you want to see specifically which companies. But yeah, that's a lot of money. Stablecoin outflow. There was a crap ton of that as well. $450 million worth of stablecoins have left FTX, more than combined outflows at KuCoin, Crypto.com, and OKX. Oh, so it's just absolutely insane. They just kind of keep going. Top 10 smart money FTX withdrawals. Jump Trading, Alameda Research, Smart Dex Trader, just a whole bunch of other different companies, over $246.6 million worth of tokens. Nance considers a wallet to be smart money if it meets at least one of the several tests. He keeps saying it. And the FTT price and volume, it just essentially took a massive dumpity dump. Take a shot, take a drink. This chart shows the daily price and volume for FTX Exchange's FTT token, which grant holders discount on trading fees, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to talk about this here in a little bit, the FTT token. Shout out to my buddy Six Figs. This is his theory. He says that here's the truth about FTX, Alameda, SBF, and company. They ruthlessly use perpetual futures as weapons against innocent crypto ecosystems, competitors, and exchanges, for example, ICP, Ron, and Binance. I know he's been preaching this for quite a while in his hate for FTX, so I don't blame him. Essentially, I agree with him. That's what's been going on. Many times dating back to 2019, SBF and FTX made several attempts to liquidate Binance through futures manipulation. FTX used futures manipulation to cause the crash of ICP token launch to protect Solana. FTX used futures manipulation to cause the crash on Ron token launch to protect Solana, because I do believe FTX has a ton of Solana as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to sell that off for whatever reason or how that's going to affect the price of Solana. SBF wanted to strip all of our rights away to send peer-to-peer transactions. So shout out to Six Figs on that. Another tweet from Obiwan. He was thinking about a lot of these O'Leary comments as today's events were unfolding. So apparently this is a quote from Kevin O'Leary. He said that a bottom is usually created when there's a catastrophic event like a large player going bankrupt or somebody is in deep trouble for buying crypto on over leverage. Ironically, Kevin is an FTX investor and also a spokesperson for the exchange. So I wonder how Kevin O'Leary is feeling right now, especially after this company that he believed in and they just got wrecked on leverage. Long story short. All right, FTX token, or FTT, down 72.8%, currently at $4.16. The market cap's only $609 million now. The insane trading volume, obviously, with it dropping significantly, $4.3 billion. So you could just see that when that tweet from SBF earlier happened, it pumped up a little tiny bit, and then boom, massive dumpity dump. Take your shot, guys. So I did talk about this in last night's video that I wouldn't be surprised to see it dump because there wasn't much support once it broke that $22 level that they kept trying to, leverage and whatnot and sell all their stable coins and whatever they had just to keep that alive. Obviously, once it broke that support, the next level of support for it was that $4.58, which essentially we saw. Looking at here in TradingView, it looks like the FTT token actually dipped down to $2.71 before coming up to that level what I just talked about, the $4.58. So that seems to be the support for FTT right now. You can see it's completely oversold, but this is just a different scenario that's going on. We still have a lot of negative momentum, but you really can't chart this. This just kind of looks like the Lunar collapse. It's essentially the same thing that's going on. So when you're thinking about all this, and when I'm thinking about this, Voyager, FTX bought all the assets, even though it's kind of tied to FTX.US, I guess is what I'm assuming. The Voyager UCC is actually doing something. DJ Crypto, thank you for something, because they've been so silent. They've been absolutely terrible as the Unsecured Creditors Committee. But they're actively evaluating all the news regarding FTX and how it may impact the Voyager transaction. We will provide additional information to the community as soon as possible. So that's in the works. Patrick Ackerman, who's another big Voyager person in the community. Leverage in a nutshell. So 3 months ago, SBF was called the next Warren Buffett, according to Fortune magazine. Today, he was forced to sell his company after a liquidity crunch and lost 95% of his net worth in one day. Can't imagine that. And I think one of the questions says, well, they did say that the next Warren Buffett ? Which, nope, not going to happen anymore after all this craziness. Well, creditors of Voyager, I have no idea what comes next. Now that Binance has offered to buy FTX to save insolvency, Binance can still back out during due diligence if they choose. Probably should halt the vote to approve FTX buying Voyager until the next steps can be determined. So you can actually go back and change your vote. If you agreed to the plan, yes, which I did because I just wanted my money ASAP out of there. But now after all this craziness happened, I went back in, pulled up the email, put my code in, and I changed my vote to a no. But again, hopefully the Voyager UCC gives us some more information regarding this. And even though they say just because it is FTX.US, it's kind of like isn't relating, but in my opinion, it definitely does. You do have that opportunity to vote on Stretto. You have until November 29, 2022 by 4 p.m. Eastern time to do that. Again, I don't know what the outcome's going to be with after all this craziness going on with FTX and Binance. So again, just an FYI to you guys. We had the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, put out a little tweet about everything that's going on. Again, first off, he has a lot of sympathy for everyone involved in the current situation with FTX. It's stressful anytime there is a potential for customer loss. Second, Coinbase doesn't have any material exposure to FTX or FTT and no exposure to Alameda. He thinks what differentiates Coinbase in a moment like this, that in the event the result of risky business practices, including conflicts of interest between deeply intertwined entities, and misuse of customer funds, lender user assets. They want to be the most trusted people in space. Obviously, you guys know they are publicly traded and incorporated in the U.S. because they believe transparency and trust is important, whereas, FTX wasn't, because who knows what they were doing behind the scenes, even though you can say the same thing that Voyager is publicly traded, but I don't know what went wrong with there because they didn't tell us about the Three Arrows Capital lending. We've never issued an exchange token. Part of the issue is the regulators have been focused on onshore in each of the respective markets, while customers have moved offshore to companies with more opaque and risky business practices. Agree with that. Take the U.S. example, 95% plus of crypto trading is developed overseas because crypto regulation in the U.S. has been hard to navigate. That's bad for the U.S., and Americans are still losing money in these overseas blowups. And he goes on and on and on and on. We decided early on to be the most trusted crypto company out there, and in the event, the last 24 hours underscore why this has been so important. We'll continue to work regulators around the world to help build trusted and reliable products for the industry. So kind of addressing all the FUD and everything that's going on. And like I said previously in the video, I don't trust anyone, to be honest with you. Move your stuff to hardware wallets. Keep it off centralized exchanges. But, if I were to buy some crypto on a centralized exchange, Coinbase probably is one of the companies one of the apps that I would use. It's OG. Again, they're publicly traded. And even though I think their quarterly financials did come out, they were in the negative. But, it is a bear market, so that's pretty understandable for that. So I got that. And then lastly, CZ Binance has 2 big lessons. He said, never use a token you created as collateral. And 2, don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiency. Have a large reserve. Binance has never used BNB for collateral, and we have never taken on debt. Stay SAFU. 2 big important lessons. And last, I got a tweet from Shingo Levine, the CEO and founder of Ethos.io, which they are going to be holding a Voyager VGX token airdrop when they launch their platform next year. It's free crypto, free money for their new decentralized, wallet that they're going to be having, but that's a whole nother conversation. He kind of put together a little scrapbook of all the tweets of all these CEOs and of the brokerages and exchanges that went down from the Lunar collapse and whatnot, just reassuring people moments before it. So we'll start here with Voyager. When Jason Williams said his Voyager next, and Ehrlich said bullshit tweet. What a tool. What a tool. And then next we got Alex Mashinsky, the CEO or former CEO of Celsius. All funds are safe. We continue open business as usual. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust anybody. We got Do Kwon and Luna, the Pointmore Capital, steady lads. The most famous thing you hear a lot in situations like this that was also going around during this FTX. And again, just the other day, I think I talked about this in my video from the other day. I said I didn't trust this tweet. I didn't trust what anything that he says to be true. Competitors trying to go after us for false rumors, lie. FTX is fine. Assets are fine. That was on 1:38 p.m. November 7th. FTX is enough to cover all client holdings. We don't invest clients' assets even in treasuries. All BS. All BS. Don't trust any of these people anymore. Again, like I just said about 3 or 4 times, but, muscle memory, try to instill it into your guys' brain. I think that's going to be the next bull run. You're going to start seeing this influx of non-custodial type of wallets type of thing where you own your own crypto, not your keys, not your crypto. But right now, I don't suggest keeping any crypto on exchanges. Keep hardware wallets, Ledger Nano X, non-custodial wallet. I use the Meyer Dex or the Meyer app. I have my Bitcoin, Elrond, and stuff on that, and I use Coinbase every now and then to buy. I still use Crypto.com for my mining, but I always usually transfer that stuff off, or I buy more Bitcoin and then send it to my Meyer app, my Meyer wallet. So that's going to do it for you. The day, the night, wherever you guys are, 25-minute, another longer video, but that's kind of everything that happened today in the world of crazy, absolutely crazy world, crazy times that we're living in. Go check me out on Kavari Beta. It's a new decentralized video NFT platform built on the Elrond network. I have been uploading a couple videos on there. Haven't had a chance to lately, but go give me a subscription and a follow on there. Also, go follow me on TikTok if you guys want. Be going live every now and then the last couple days, just, hanging out, talking crypto, life, whatever, at Crypto Airborne. Go give me a follow on Instagram. I upload or post some stories here and there at Crypto_Airborne. And last but not least, go give me a follow on Twitter at Crypto_Airborne. I'm almost at that 2,000 level, only 50 followers away, so feel free to share it if you guys like my content and whatnot. But, yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. Smash that thumbs up button on your way out. Consider subscribing if you aren't. Turn the bell notifications so you get notified as soon as I upload a video. I'm going to try to keep up to date with everything that's going on in this crazy times that we have. Elections. Again, we have the CPI data coming out on Thursday, which could move the markets. And we're just coming up on that full moon, which usually indicates Bitcoin's bottom, which, we just completely dumped today. So I wouldn't be surprised, if we dumped a little bit for the next day or so, but over the next week, we just start seeing a nice little recovery just since we've been so oversold, whatnot. So that's just kind of my opinion and everything. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about everything. What about FTX and Voyager, how the UC is going to handle it because they've been quiet? What do you think is next for Binance and the whole crypto industry? I love the comments and I love the feedback. So again, have a great night, have a great day, have a great morning wherever you guys are. Stay safe out there. Crypto Airborne, out.